Now this guy, Sir Patrick Vallance, is probably along with Chris Whitty, is those two are probably the most important people in this country right now. He has, unfortunately, an unfortunate number of people following him right now. Not that many. So why does it say that many following and that many followers? I don't understand that. Anyway, whatever. Twitter's a weird thing. I'm not on Twitter, so I don't really care about Twitter. I might actually get on Twitter and put some replies on his website. Live Downing Street. UK schools to close. Oh, we know that already. That was a couple of days ago. Okay, yeah, I'm going to look at that. I've just been looking at the government website, and there's a lot of scientific evidence that they're going with. Scientific evidence supporting their response, right? And you go to that, and you get view the scientific evidence, blah, 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 blah. And then you go to the next page, or a couple of pages later, and you get all of this stuff. Okay, the role of behavioural science, potential effect of non-pharmaceutical interventions, and you basically just right click, save link, like that. Potential impacts of social interventions, consensus view. That's to do with quarantining and stuff like that, of course. New and emerging threats, pandemic influenza as group on modelling for the 2009 pandemic, I bet. Consensus statement on the novel coronavirus. Let's see what it looks like. Reproduction number and doubling time was estimated to be 2 to 3, but I think it's actually 4 to 6. Ah yeah, best estimate for the doubling time in Wuhan's 4 to 6 days, which is about right actually. So they're looking there at herd immunity, but epidemic timescales, fatality ratio, 0.5 to 1%, ranging from 0.01 under 20s to 8% in the over 80s. Hospitalisation rate, 2% in the under 50s to 44% of the over 80s. There's no chance. 8% of those affected overall will have to go to hospital. That means then 8%, I just saw that, where was that? That's very, very important. I've lost it now. 8% having to go to hospital. That's astounding. There it is. There it is. 8%. 8% of those infected overall will have to go to hospital. 8%, if it's 80% of the population, say it's 40 or 50 million people, 8% of 50 million is 4 million people will have to go to hospital. Okay, 4 million people. We have about 160 to 170,000 beds and about 5,000 critical care beds. We might end up with about 15,000 if we're lucky. And there's going to be 4 million people are going to need hospital treatment. Okay, mortality rates are 12% for hospitalised people. From 4% in the under 50s to 20% in the over 80s. 50% mortality in those hospitalised who require invasive ventilation. And that, if you have ARDS, you've got a 50% chance of survival only. Our best estimate hospitalisation rate for those infected is from 2% in the under 50s to 44% in the over 80s. So that is a lot. Okay, incubation period average 5 days, range 1 to 11, so people could be infective and infectious and not have any symptoms for, well, the maximum maybe 14 days, but it can be higher than that. But it's probably about a week average. So don't go out. Yeah, that's very interesting. That's in the case it's a pandemic and it infects everybody, but you don't want it to infect everybody, that's the point. So yeah, that's the evidence. There's loads of it, actually. It's probably quite interesting to read. So I'm just showing you that. I mean, you just Google that, okay? Just Google it. I just started off by Googling Sir Patrick Vallance, and I just got to there. And there's an interview he gave in the Sun newspaper, very interesting. And then I went on to government response and various other things. No, that wasn't where I got it from. That's more kind of NHS type stuff, but it's on the government. This was the one, scientific evidence supporting the government response. That's where I went to, and it's all on there, okay? So if anybody wants to look, you can look. It's www.gov.uk. I'll put it in the links below in the description. //government/news/coronavirus-covid-19-scientific evidence supporting the UK government response. Hopefully if you type all that right, you'll get this page. And there's a ton of stuff on here. Some of it will be very technical, and actually you have to go then to this one. I'm not going to read that link out, okay? And there's all your heavy science stuff there. Okay, well, happy reading. Plenty of time at home to read this. Good night.